Good afternoon. Welcome to Crossroads Community Church in Bedford, Indiana, as we are bringing you some IBL ProAm Gold Cup action between the undefeated Woodpeckers and Have You Heard, which is a strong 5-2 squad. Have You Heard in green jerseys, Woodpeckers in yellow jerseys. I'm Eric Ivy. I'm here with Jim Holtzclaw. Together we are Minotaur Streaming. And we're looking forward to bringing you a battle between the last undefeated team in the IBL ProAm Gold Cup. As we observed in our triple header, we saw the Limestone Legends suffer their first defeat of the season. So that leaves the Woodpeckers as the only unbeaten team left. Woodpeckers secure the tip. Norris with the ball. Over to Howard 12. Over to Gambles. Back underneath to Norris. His shot is up and good. Have You Heard bring it up the floor?
Yeah, this Woodpecker team, they don't look like they're all-stars, but they sure do get the job done.
Yeah, and judging by the trophy we saw downstairs, it looks like they're three-peat champions, defending champions of the Gold Cup. So these guys are pretty darn good. We saw them in our first week. It was week 2 of the Gold Cup season, and we watched them play a very good game against BBB and come out victorious. So this is our second time seeing the Woodpeckers. And what is it?
Second time seeing Have You Heard, or is it third time?
Might be third time we've seen Have You Heard. So we know a little bit about both of these clubs, and they're both good.
But we only have a roster for the Woodpeckers.
Yes, we do not have one for Have You Heard.
So guys, get us a roster.
Yeah. Minotaur Streaming at gmail.com would be the best place to send it as the herd gets on the board. And look at that. We were 3 for 4 today on the graphics.
Yeah.
We guessed it correctly 3 times out of 4.
I don't know how they determine who the home team is, but
I think it's usually determined by who scores first.
Oh, okay. Well, that worked. Then we're lucky.
Yep. Shot by Howard 12 is up, no good. Rebounded by the herd. Pass across the court. Shot is up. Oh, just won't go, but it's rebounded by their center, and the putback is up and good. Ties it up 4-4 as we dip under the 18-minute mark. In the IBL ProAm, they run 2 20-minute halves with a running clock. So the clock does not stop very often, except in the last 2 minutes of the game. It stops on any whistle. IBL ProAm Gold Cup plays by NCAA rules as Gambles hits a three-pointer. And there, now you know about as much about it as we do.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cut and dry.
Yep. Hey, Jim, when you get a chance, why don't you slap the Woodpeckers roster up there? So
I can do that right now.
So we don't have first names for the Woodpeckers, but we have their last names. Number 1 is Gambles. Number 4 is Collier. Number 5 is Howard. Number 8 is Joyce. 10 is Huttonlocker. 11 is Ringler. 12 is Howard. That's why we call them Howard 5 and Howard 12. Number 22 is also Collier. So there will be a Collier 4 and a Collier 22. And 99 is Norris. This is Gambles with the three-pointer. After Have You Heard got a 3 on their end. It's now 10-7. Woodpeckers in the lead. Have You Heard bring it a very long three-pointer, a little bit short, rebounded by Howard 12.
That's going to get you out of the game real quick.
Yeah, that was an excessively deep three-pointer.
Oh, Campbell tried another one from 3.
Yep, couldn't get it to go.
This time.
Rebounded by the center for Have You Heard. Bounce pass underneath. Shot is up,
Triple
no
pump.
good. Blocked. Howard 12 reels it in, brings it back. He needs some help. Throws it over to Norris. Norris secures it. Howard 5 with the three-pointer. Up, no good. Rebounded by Have You Heard. And we're still at 10-7. Woodpeckers in the lead. Not only are the Woodpeckers unbeaten, but they've played a pretty tough schedule. It's I'm impressed. They're not just running through a bunch of cream puffs on their way to an unbeaten record. It's they're playing legitimate.
It is a well-rounded team too. They looks like they got a few different guys. Got just enough guys to spell some guys after a while and give them a little break on the bench.
Yep.
Ringler played a lot in the last game, and I guess he's taking a break to start this one.
Yeah. Woodpeckers played a game immediately before this one while we were on our break, and they won rather comfortably to move the record up to 7-0.
Yeah, that's got to be tough to play 80 minutes.
Yes.
Even if the clock doesn't stop, it's a lot of up and down.
Yep. And then we in our first two games this morning, the Showtime Lakers, who are sponsoring this broadcast, by the way, thank you, Showtime Lakers, they were shorthanded, and so they brought in Jacob Wade from the Fayetteville Lions, and so Jacob played 2 games for the Showtime Lakers and then 2 games with his own team, the Fayetteville Lions, so he's got to be exhausted tonight.
He's run a few miles. Oh, that ball that ball almost goes down for 12.
Howard 12?
Howard 12.
Foul is called against Have You Heard. Howard 12 will go to the line. Ten to 9, Woodpeckers in the lead. Howard 12's first shot up and good.
Yeah, this time of day, guys, this is probably the second game for just about everybody.
Yep.
And legs are tired. And, this is after guys more than likely have worked all week.
For sure.
So,
yeah,
I can only imagine.
3-pointer up for Have You Heard, no good. Rebounded by Collier, 22. He throws it over to Gambles. Gambles gets it across center court. It is good to see Gambles back on the court. The first game that we broadcast with the Woodpeckers a couple weeks ago, Gambles tweaked his back and sat out the second game. He wasn't really needed in the second game, but good to see that it wasn't anything major and that he's back on the floor.
Yeah, I think the Woodpeckers are well-rounded. They, probably don't need him to win, but glad to have him back, and it sure does help.
Sure. Have You Heard with the ball. Drive to the hoop. Oh, ball gets away from him. He feels like he was hacked. No call, and play continues. This is Gambles. 1-on-3.
There you go.
Zips right through him. Layup is up and in. 14-9, Woodpeckers in the lead. Oh, we got one of our cameras frozen that way.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that helps.
And basket by Have You Heard, up and good.
Oh.
14-12, Woodpeckers in the lead. Norris with the ball. Pass over to a teammate. Couldn't see who it was, but the shot won't go. That was Howard 5 with the shot that it wouldn't go. 3-pointer by Have You Heard won't go. Rebounded by Norris.
Yeah, Have You Heard, or this Woodpecker team, they're very talented with the basics, rebounding, possessing the ball, not turning it over, defense.
Yep.
Keeping everybody where they need to be. So they don't necessarily look any taller than the other teams. They just have the fundamentals that keep them in games.
Yep. Have You Heard hits a 3-pointer. They take a 15-14 lead. Whistle on the floor. Did we have a timeout?
I believe we do.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break.
Or do we?
I don't know. Referees are playing basketball.
I believe we do.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And we are back in Bedford, Indiana. Crossroads Community Church coming out of the timeout. Have You Heard in the green jerseys are up 15-14 on the undefeated Woodpeckers. In the yellow jerseys, of course. Probably not an insurmountable lead. But we'll see how it goes. We've already seen one of the two remaining undefeated teams suffer their first loss today. And will we see number two here? Gambles with the ball. Underneath to Collier 4, over to Howard 5. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Have You Heard. Center's bringing it up the court. Kicks it out to one of the guards. Three-point shot up, good by Have You Heard. 18-14 now. The boys in green lead the boys in yellow. They're boys to me and Jim because we're older than dirt.
Yeah, and this would be a big morale booster for the Have You Heard team if they could pull off a upset of the Woodpeckers. I say upset, but they played a tough round of games, and
absolutely.
But getting one against the Woodpeckers, that would surely put a feather in your cap.
Absolutely. Shot won't go. It's rebounded by Collier 4. He brings it up the floor. Throws it over to a teammate, over to Collier 22, over to that's Ringler has entered the game. Number 11 for the Woodpeckers, and he shoots and scores. Have You Heard brings it up the floor.
He's going to take it the whole way.
Yep. Can't get it to go, though. Gambles gets the rebound. And, boy, Gambles has got some speed.
Yes, he does.
He takes it coast to coast. And
I'm sure they would miss that if he weren't in.
Suddenly the Woodpeckers are up 21-18. Have You Heard? Drive to the lane. Shot is up. Shot is good. Ringler brings it up. Nope. Hands it off to Gambles. Gambles over to Howard 5. Back to Gambles.
Yeah, and the Woodpeckers are playing a really wide offense.
Gambles' shot won't go.
Don't know if they're just trying to draw Have You Heard outside or to get something open on the inside.
Right. Two-pointer up and good for Have You Heard. Here comes Gambles. Passes it to Ringler and
He's
whistle.
He's going to call travel on that.
And that was a travel.
Yeah, I think he did take one too many steps on that.
Have You Heard with the ball and a 1-point lead, 22-21. Passing it around. Long three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Howard 5. Howard to Gambles, and Gambles gets mauled by the big center for Have You Heard. Foul is called. Gambles will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he was not going to let him get an easy one like that.
Big man's got some hustle, though. I'm impressed. All right, at some point today, probably, Gambles will shoot 2. Not sure where the ball went.
Did they need the towel to wipe off the ball?
Oh, maybe that's it. Well, no. I don't know.
Ball wanted to play on the other court.
Maybe they're bringing in a new ball. I don't know. Anyway, we have a ball now. Now Gambles is going to shoot 2. 22-21. Have You Heard in the lead?
Well, don't discriminate against old balls and new balls.
That's true. And Gambles ties it up for the Woodpeckers. And he's still got one more to shoot. Shot is up. Shot is good. 23-22. Now the Woodpeckers in the lead. 9 minutes and counting left in the first half. And the battle rages on. Have You Heard bring it up the floor?
We thought this was going to be a good game, but this is a really tight game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Woodpeckers are playing some tough defense. They got bodies on bodies, so they're not going to let anybody get any easy shots. There's a good try by Have You Heard.
Center can't get his shot to go. It's reeled in by Howard 5. He brings it up the floor, kicks it out to Gambles. Gambles fires up a 3. No.
Oh.
Thought he might get it after the bounce, but no.
Not that friendly a roll.
Ringler with the rebound, whistle on the floor.
Yeah, you got half a dozen guys standing underneath the rim waiting for something like that to come down, and they know it's going to miss.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the rebound?
Foul was called on the floor against Have You Heard. 3-point shot by Howard 5, up no good, rebounded by the Herd. Have You Heard bring it up the floor. Nice pass there at the last second. Shot off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Howard 5. He's trapped, but escapes. Throws it over to Collier 4. Over to Gambles. Gambles fires up a tray. It won't go. Center for Have You Heard with the rebound. And Gambles knocks the ball down. Picked off by Howard 12. Here come the Woodpeckers. Out to Gambles. Top of the key. Unguarded. Shoots. No. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Have You Heard.
Yeah, Have You Heard getting a lot of rebounds. That's I think that's going to be what separates everybody in this game. Who gets most rebounds? Second chance points.
Yeah, and Have You Heard center is real aggressive and is afraid of no one and nothing. And he will pull down a lot of rebounds.
Would you be?
If I was his size, no.
Yeah.
He's about 3 times as tall as I am.
Yeah.
So. Woodpeckers passing it around. Have You Heard with a 2-point lead. Ringler gets the rebound, gets the ball knocked free. No foul called. Have You Heard brings it up the floor. And that's going to be a charge? Yep.
Oh, they're going to call that a charge. Okay.
Yep. Woodpeckers draw the charge. And so the ball goes over to yellow. Collier 4 underneath to, oh, goodness.
Oh, great passes by the Woodpeckers, but
Norris takes a
wanted the foul on that.
Off-balance spill. It seems to be okay. Yeah, he wanted a foul, didn't get it. It was tipped, so that is not an over and back. Have You Heard with it. 3-point shot up. No, too much. But the center's there for the rebound and the putback.
Nice putback.
And Have You Heard out to a 27-23 lead as we're under the 6-minute mark left in the first half. Gambles with the ball. Throws it over to Howard 5 underneath to Collier 4. Collier 4 puts up a shot. It won't go, and it's rebounded by the very tall center for Have You Heard. And
timeout for the Herd.
We got a timeout.
The Have You Heard.
Yep, and Jim and I are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back momentarily. We are back in Crossroads Community Church, Bedford, Indiana, coming out of the timeout. Have You Heard with the ball and a 4-point lead on the Woodpeckers. Have You Heard in green, Woodpeckers in yellow. And a battle of 2 of the top teams in the IBL ProAm Gold Cup this summer. Oh, nice 3-pointer there by Have You Heard, and that extends their lead to 7. Woodpeckers maybe in some unfamiliar territory here.
Yeah, they're a little stunned with the way Have You Heard has come out in this first half.
We saw that in the last game we broadcast with Limestone Legends, who were previously undefeated, and Wet Bandits jumped out to a early and substantial lead. Limestone Legends came fighting back in the second half, got within 2, but could not get any closer. And Wet Bandits escaped with a win in a very exciting game, and this one is just as entertaining. Woodpeckers with the ball. Norris over to Gambles. Gambles fires up a three, just a little bit short. Rebounded by the center for Have You Heard. Have You Heard with it. Drive to the basket. I think Howard 12 got a block there. He brings the ball up the floor, kicks it over to Collier 4, up against the center, gets it over his head, but not in the bucket. Norris there with the rebound, the putback, and he draws the foul for the Woodpeckers. So he will go to the line to shoot the N1. 3:54 left in the first half. That is the 5th team foul against Have You Heard, to 1 against the Woodpeckers. 30-25, Have You Heard in the lead. Norris going to the line to shoot his and-1. He shoots. Oh, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Have You Heard. So he can't get him within 4. Have You Heard slowly brings it up the floor.
Yeah, bringing it, slowing it down a little bit, making sure. Well, I'm not sure why you take a shot like that when you're coming so slow. Probably because he's got a rebounder underneath.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. If you throw up a shot like that, you want to make sure you got somebody that's there to rebound.
Yep. Gambles is called for the double dribble. He can't believe it. Felt like he had been fouled in the process.
I want to say that was a foul.
Drive to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Norris. Norris kicks it off to Collier 4, who throws it over to a teammate I can't see. Three-pointer is up and good, and Howard 5. All right, that's the second time he's shot from down in my blind corner, as we are literally right on top of the action, and we can't see part of the court.
Got some
Whistle
tight
on the
defense
floor.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Woodpeckers are getting into a position where they want to make a comeback.
Yep.
Right now. Go into halftime with the lead.
Ball stays with Have You Heard. Shot is up. No good. I think he was losing his feet out from under him when he shot. Looked like his feet were slipping.
A little slick with the humidity.
Yeah. If you're watching from some other part of the world, it is extremely hot and humid in Bedford, Indiana, as well as the rest of Indiana.
Just a little sticky.
And so we've seen the ball have to get wiped off a few times, and the floor and everything. Woodpeckers back within 1. Have You Heard with the ball. Forward passes it over to the guard. Guard working against Norris. He drives to the hoop, shoots and scores.
That was a pretty little move.
Yeah. Collier 4 over to Gambles for the Woodpeckers. Over to Howard 5, out to Collier 4. Back to Howard 5.
Yeah, you guys can get a better shot than just settling for a 3. Oh, Gamble's getting ready for something.
Yep. Collier 4 is all by himself. I believe that's a long 2. It does not go. Rebounded by one of Have You Heard's guards.
Oh,
long pass.
Yow.
Oh, goodness. They trade turnovers here on passes. Woodpeckers come up with it. There's Gambles against the center. He drives to the basket, won't go. Nothing called. I don't think anything should have been called.
No, he just left that a little short.
Yep. Have You Heard with the ball? We're under a minute. Have You Heard 34, Woodpeckers 31. Here comes the forward. He's going to drive to the hoop.
Wow,
his shot won't go.
Nice spin.
Rebounded by Howard 5. Howard 5 brings it down. He's in trouble. He backs it off. Waits for the cavalry to arrive. Fires up a 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Have You Heard. Over to the guard. He'll shoot. He'll score. Boy. It's not always pretty, but he is quite effective on his shots.
Yeah, and they're doing real well against this undefeated Woodpecker.
Yeah. 36-31, Have You Heard in the lead. Roughly 15 seconds and counting left in the first half. We've got a whistle, and I believe Gambles was fouled on his way up. He'll go to the line, shoot 2. 12.3 seconds precisely left in the first half.
We got one of the One of the Have You Heard players limping a little bit. Hopefully he's. Hopefully it's just something with his shoe, not an ankle.
Yeah. Did he get a rock in his shoe, maybe?
Got a rock in his shoe. Yeah, playing on this this driveway.
Yeah.
Makes it hard. I've done that many times.
Gambles shoots, won't go in.
Oh.
Norris gets the rebound, kicks it back to Gambles. Gambles fires up a shot and nails it with just under 10 seconds left. 36-34. Have You Heard's going to have to hurry. There we go. The guard gets shot off. It's too short. And Have You Heard will go into the locker room with a 36-34 lead on the unbeaten Woodpeckers. Jim and I are going to take a break, and we'll be back. Welcome back to Crossroads Community Church, Bedford, Indiana. As we come out of halftime, Have You Heard in the green jerseys, up 36-34 on the Woodpeckers in the yellow jerseys. Woodpeckers are undefeated. Have You Heard is a very impressive 5-2 on the season. So this heavyweight battle has been everything we thought it might be. Shot is up, no good by Have You Heard. Howard 5 with the rebound for the Woodpeckers. He throws it over to Gambles. Gambles needs help. over to somebody, over to Norris. And Howard 5 with the rebound and the putback, and we're all tied up, 36-36.
Yeah, neither team is going to give an inch on for the rest of this game.
No.
It's going to come down to who's got anything left at the end of left in the tank at the end of the game.
Long three-pointer there by the forward for Have You Heard is a swish. And Have You Heard back up by 3. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Have You Heard. Bring the ball up the floor. Forward hands off to a teammate. Over to one of the guards, over to the other guard. Shot is up. Shot is good for 3.
Another 3.
And just like that, Have You Heard is out in front by 6.
Yeah, I don't think they're intimidated with the undefeated team.
No.
Coming down the court.
No.
And, that's why they play the game.
This is the second to last week of the regular season. We'll be back here next week for the last week of the season. And if you check our social media at 8 o'clock a.m. on Monday or later, you will see what our broadcast schedule is. Top 10 teams in the league make it to the gold bracket. And the winner of the gold bracket plays against the Hoosier State Instigators the next day for the Super Cup. And the point of all of that is, I believe, we are looking at 2 of the top 10 teams in the league quite easily.
I would imagine both of these guys are getting in the top 10 teams.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh.
Pass goes a little too high from Howard 12, goes out of bounds over to Have You Heard. So, this could potentially be a playoff preview here.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, you're probably looking at somebody that's in the top 2 and somebody that's probably, at least top 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure how the rest of the rankings or what the standings are for the rest of the league.
Right, yeah. Not sure. We don't know the scores until the end of the day, so other than the games we called, of course.
Yeah, we can partially see another scoreboard on the other court, but not paying attention to them.
Nope. Norris's shot won't go. It's rebounded by
Norris
Have
is
You
looking
Heard.
for a foul down at that end.
Yep. Here comes the forward. He'll shoot. No. Too much on it. Howard 5 goes down in a heap. Whistle on the floor.
Something hurt on that one.
Forward raises his hand and says, yep, that's me. That's me. But more concerning to the Woodpeckers is that Howard 5 is clutching his ankle and is in a considerable amount of pain down on that end of the floor.
He may have come down on somebody's foot.
That's what I wonder.
Rolled it.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to have they've got a couple subs on the bench.
Yeah, they do. Howard 5 is up.
Get some ice and
Howard 12 checking on him. We don't know if these guys are brothers or cousins or possibly unrelated entirely, but they both have the same last name.
Yeah.
Howard 5 says, yeah, I'll probably make it. I'll probably survive, and I'm not coming out of this game.
Yeah.
Gambles with the ball for the Woodpeckers. Kicks it out to Howard 5. Howard 5. Oh, his three-pointer in and out. Rebounded by the forward for Have You Heard. And forward is guarded closely. Gets the ball swatted free. Got a whistle on the floor.
Did we get a foul on that? Yeah, foul on yellow 5. Howard.
Howard 5 gets called for the foul. Foul is on the floor. So the ball stays with Have You Heard. Long pass into the shooting guard. He looks for some help. Throws it over to the other guard. Back to the shooting guard. Fires up a shot. No.
Yeah.
Wide right. Here comes Gambles.
Oh, yep, they're trapping over there in my. Good defense by Have You Heard. They brought out the trap and didn't quite get the turnover.
And we got a mass changing of the guard here for Woodpeckers. Can't quite see who's coming back out.
Bringing in some fresh legs.
Well, maybe. I'm not sure what's going on down there. Okay, here they come. No, it's, well, Ringler is coming in.
Back.
Norris, Howard 5, and Howard 12 still there. So Ringler comes in for Collier 22.
Yep, Howard 5 is not going to come out of this game.
Nope. Yeah, he says all my bones could be sticking out of my ankle, and I'm still playing.
Yeah, we're not gonna lose our undefeated record just because I twisted an ankle.
Right. His shot won't go, but Gambles is right there for the rebound and the putback, and it's 42-41. Have you heard in the lead?
Looks like the ankle is not hurting him too much.
Yeah. Long three-pointer.
Yowza.
With one heck of a hang time. That was NFL punt quality hang time on that one. It does not go. Rebounded by the Woodpeckers. Howard 5 all by himself. Fires up a three. Too much. Rebounded by Ringler, however. Kicked back out to Howard 5. Howard 5 going to drive in a little bit closer, and he's going to get mugged on the way up.
Was that where the term raise the roof came from? Had to raise the roof for us.
I think
so. So his shot would not
come
hit the
down.
ceiling.
Yeah. I think he killed a couple of birds with that one.
Yeah.
Howard 5 going to the line to shoot 2.
That's why the ball's wet. It was up in the clouds.
Yeah. Can't get his first one to go. Gets some hand slaps from his teammates. Fires up his second one. Good.
Tie game.
We're all tied up, 42-42.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a good competition.
Yes. Norris playing very close defense on the forward for Have You Heard.
I like the way the center tries to set some picks to let the guards get a little room.
Mm-hmm.
If they could just utilize that a bit, that worked out well.
Yep.
That worked out well.
Guard got a shot up and in for 2. Ringler with the shot from the free throw line, up and good, all tied back up.
Yeah, I don't think either team needs to come out just blazing with threes right now. They're doing just fine with the 2-pointers.
Yeah, and neither team has been taking. I mean, we've seen a couple of really long 3-pointers, but as Jim pointed out earlier, that you can live with those if you've got rebounders down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Howard 12 steals the ball, runs it all the way back, scores 2, and Woodpeckers are back out in the lead. And what have we? We have a stoppage in play.
I think the Have You Heard called timeout.
Okay. We'll take a break and be back shortly. Welcome back to Crossroads Community Church, Bedford, Indiana. As we're coming out of the timeout, Have You Heard bringing the ball up the floor. Woodpeckers have a 46-44 lead as we approach the 13-minute mark left in regulation. Nice three-point shot up and good for Have You Heard, and they're back out in front by 1. During the break, we heard Gambles urging his teammates to show the same amount of intensity in the waning or in the last few minutes as they've shown all game long, because their unbeaten record is quite important to them. I'm paraphrasing what Gamble said, and they want to keep it intact. So they're certainly taking this seriously, and so Have You Heard from every inclination on the floor. That shot won't go. Howard 12 brings it up the floor for the Woodpeckers. Kicks it out to Howard 5. Howard 5 fires up a 3, and he gets it. Gets the friendly roll off the backboard and in for 3.
And I got our camera back.
Hey. Jim worked through some technical difficulties there.
For what that's worth.
Yeah. Yeah. 49-47, Woodpeckers in the
Good
lead.
move by the big man.
Yeah, the
Got a little
forward
space.
kissed it off the glass, in for 2, 49 all. 12 minutes left and counting. Gambles brings the ball up the floor. This is our second fantastic game in a row here. Howard 12 buries a three-pointer for the Woodpeckers. And now we'll see if Have You Heard can answer. These two heavyweights just trading haymakers. Pass into the shooting guard.
Nobody's flinching.
Nope. Guard is assessing his options. Gets a nice screen there from the center.
Good ball.
He'll drive it into the hoop and
Good.
shoot, and somehow.
Wait, and good ball handling. A nice move for a smaller guy. Yeah, nice move.
He gets it through 4 sets of Woodpecker wings and still scores.
Yeah.
Howard 12 fires up a shot and buries it.
Oh.
And goodness sakes.
You got another timeout?
Yeah, I think we do. 11:09 left. That can, well, maybe it is, right? 55-51, Woodpeckers in the lead. We're going to take a break and be back. We are back in Crossroads Community Church, Bedford, Indiana. Have You Heard in the green jerseys, now bringing the ball up the floor. Woodpeckers in the yellow jerseys up 55-51, and now what have we? Oh, we've got 6 guys, 6 Woodpeckers on the floor. Oops.
Somebody's got to step off.
Yep. All right.
We're going to try this again.
Have You Heard is going to get 1 shot for 6 men on the floor.
Yeah, that's going to be technical.
And the forward is going to do the honors. He shoots.
Oh.
In and out. And the ball, however, will stay with Have You Heard. And there are now only 5 Woodpeckers on the court, so we're all good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if somebody just didn't get the memo after that one.
I think so, yeah.
They probably check their email as much as I do.
All right. Shot is up, no good for Have You Heard, rebounded by Howard 5. Woodpeckers up by 4. Remember, Woodpeckers are trying to protect their unbeaten record. They're the only unbeaten team left.
Ringler from the corner.
Nice three-pointer from Ringler there. And Woodpeckers want to keep it that way. Forward, was missed.
They tried.
Missed connection there. Stolen by the Woodpeckers. And despite the center's best efforts, Gambles gets the ball up and in for 2. So all of a sudden, Woodpeckers are out in front, 60-51. When it looked like Have You Heard had the momentum there, but perhaps. Oh, nice block there by Howard 5, and he is grabbing his ankle again. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's time to give him a break.
Yeah, that was a non-contact injury.
There's a steal.
And he is still, well, he's seated. He's off the court. Collier 4 has come in his place. We'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he did come in. I guess they had a side out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No stoppage in play.
Oh, goodness. Great effort there by the guard, but he can't keep it in bounds. Ball goes over to the Woodpeckers. Howard 5 is back on his feet. He says, I can still play. Collier 4 says, man, why don't you put some ice on that, and I'll take over for a bit.
Yeah.
So Gambles' plea to his teammates for more intensity or the same amount of intensity has paid off because they are now up by 9. Here come Have You Heard. 3-point shot up. No. Rebounded by Gambles.
Yeah, Have You Heard is letting it slip a little bit here.
Yeah.
They don't need to be taking those threes. They were doing very well just taking twos in the first half.
Another 2 points there for Woodpeckers, and they've opened it up to a double-digit lead. And if I remember correctly, that's the first double-digit lead of the game. And never mind, because the shooting guard just buried a 3 for Have You Heard.
Back to 8.
Yep. Gambles with the ball. He fires up a 3. He buries a 3. Back up to 11.
And this is why the Woodpeckers are undefeated.
Yep.
Yeah, they got seems like they've got some stamina going into the second half. Second half of the second game, that's got to be where guys get really tired.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know how many guys Have You Heard to have with them today, but it sure seems like we've been looking at the same 5 guys this whole game.
I don't believe they may have one on the bench, but, yeah, it makes it a little tough.
Yep. Have You Heard passing it around.
Nope.
Picked off there by, was that Collier 22. He hands it over to Howard 12. He gets it down to Gambles. Here comes Gambles. Blocked there by the center. Very nice play by the big center there for Have You Heard. And ball comes loose, but it's reeled in by Have You Heard. Here comes the forward. He shoots. He gets blasted. He hits the deck. Shot won't go in, but I got to think he's going to the line to shoot 2.
Let's take a look at that block again. Not bad for a big man.
Yeah. Here it comes. Boom.
Oh, that was, and that was all ball.
Yeah.
That was all ball.
Very nice play by the center there.
Yeah, nice block. Seen quite a few blocks today that are respectable blocks.
Yeah.
That just verifies that he didn't get any arm and got a lot of ball.
Yep. We saw earlier in a previous game, we saw Brett Zimmerman for the Wet Bandits have a bunch of blocks today. So.
Yeah, he had a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
I'd say 5 or 6.
Yep. Gambles brings the ball up the floor. He made both free throws, by the way.
Okay.
In case.
I was keeping score.
Yeah. In case you couldn't see with your eyes.
Luckily, they back it up with the scoreboard.
Gambles takes a glance at the clock. He wants to know how much time is left. 7 minutes is the answer, Gambles. Over to Ringler, and Have You Heard's defense starting to break down. I think we may be dealing with some fatigue here. And I could swear we're looking at the same 5 guys. If there's been a substitution, it must be a look-alike because big, long three-pointer there, rebounded by Ringler.
Yeah, we're just heaving up some threes now.
Yeah.
They lost the energy. Oh! Is he out of bounds?
It knocks the ball out of his hands.
Oh, that's hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called timeout with that was excellent hustle. That's Jackson Stone hustle there.
Yeah. Stonewall Jackson Stone. Looks like we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break and be back momentarily. Back at Crossroads Community Church, Bedford, Indiana. Woodpeckers with the ball after that amazing hustle. Shot is up, no good. Ringler battles for the rebound, gets it. His putback is up and good. That was a beautiful play.
More nice hustle from the Woodpeckers.
Yep.
Yeah, Ringler. All these guys are just in good shape.
Yes.
They're ready for a second half of a second game.
Three-pointer from the top of the key, up and good for Have You Heard. 6 minutes and counting left. 69-59, Woodpeckers still with a 10-point lead. Gambles a three-point shot. And look at Ringler again.
The boards.
Wow.
Ringler is crashing the boards.
Wow, I'm impressed with number 11.
Yeah, I think he's got some deceiving spring in his legs.
He does,
He
yeah.
can get up there.
He's not among the tallest. I mean, he's taller than I am, but everybody is. But, yeah, he can catch some air.
And he's definitely not lazy. He goes after that rebound. He's assuming that you're going to miss.
Yep.
And that's the way you got to play.
Yep.
That's how you get those offensive rebounds and the putbacks.
Whistle on the floor, foul called against Have You Heard. Ball will go over to Woodpeckers as we approach the 5-minute mark. This one's starting to get away a little bit from Have You Heard after a brilliant first half. And among two talented teams that duked it out up until the last maybe 5-6 game minutes, I got to credit fatigue for this one.
Yeah, and for some of the younger teams, you see how the Woodpeckers are not just starting to throw up threes.
Right. There's Collier 22 with a nice layup on a fast break.
They played two-point ball most of the game. They've shot some threes, but, that's not what they're living and dying by.
Sure, yeah. Have You Heard drives to the basket. Oh, nice pass there to the center. Center can't get his shot to go. Can't get his follow-up shot to go.
Oh.
Over to the forward.
Unlucky on that one.
Forward can't get his shot to go.
But another offensive
Let's try
rebound.
a guard. See if that'll work. Nope, guard doesn't work.
No luck.
Rebounded by Collier 22.
No
over to
luck.
Gambles. Here come the Woodpeckers. Three-pointer up. Three-pointer good. And that was Ringler.
Have You Heard trying to pick up a charge. Couldn't make that good.
Ringler doing it all right now.
I think we've lost. Oh, yeah, clock's running.
Okay.
Yeah, the whistle has not blown.
Yeah, we have some confusion there. And now, okay, we're back at it. Here comes the forward. He shoots. Won't go. Rebounded by the Woodpeckers. And, yep, we got some guys, a couple of guys walking for Have You Heard. They are gassed.
Yeah, Oh, that's a nice, nifty little move.
Yep.
There you go. Just take it in, keep getting your deuces.
Norris with the ball, throws it over to Gambles. Woodpeckers are going to slow this down a bit. Run some clock off. They've got a 15-point lead. And, boy, the first 3 quarters of the game, I would say, were just nail-biter, back and forth. And then I think simply Have You Heard got tired. And they don't appear to be substituting. I don't know if that's because they only have 5 guys or what. But
they're not as hungry on defense either.
Yeah. They gave the Woodpeckers a run for their money, and Woodpeckers were concerned, that's for sure. We heard them talking during one of the breaks, and they came out of that particular break when they were all talking to each other and have played lights out.
Yeah, this is where the guys who have conditioned themselves and are in good shape separate themselves from the rest of the pack.
Yep. Collier shoots and misses, tries to get his own rebound, steps on the baseline. Ball goes over to Have You Heard. Shot is up, no good. Nobody there for a rebound attempt. Norris with the ball, 2 minutes left. 79-61. Woodpeckers have opened this up to an 18-point lead. And it appears that their perfect record will remain intact after this one.
Yeah, if they're going to run a little clock, I don't think there's a need to foul. They're just going to play this one out.
Yep. Have You Heard is not making any effort to, foul, as you said, or anything like that. I think everybody's resigned to their fate here.
Yeah, I think they're
long three-pointer just for the heck of it by Collier 4. It doesn't go. It's rebounded by Have You Heard center. He brings it up the floor. And Norris knocks the ball out of the center's hand, then it goes off the center's knee.
Yeah, they're going to call that a block, and it went off his knee.
And the center does not like that call.
Yeah, we couldn't see that from this angle.
Gambles to the basket, shoots. Won't go in, but a foul is called. Gambles will go to the line to shoot 2. 1:06 left. 79-61, Woodpeckers in the lead. Gamble's first shot up, too much, off the back of the rim.
Haven't seen too many of those today.
No. Second shot up, good. Nothing but net.
All right.
He said, you know what, if the rim's not going to help me the first time, I'm just going to skip the whole rim thing and just go straight for the net. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Collier 4. We're under a minute.
That should about do it.
Yep. 80-61 is the score. Woodpeckers out in front comfortably, and Have You Heard is not putting up any sort of fight.
No. No, we're just going to run the clock out. No concession. That's going to be a full game.
Long three-pointer by Gambles.
And that's game.
And we have a concession with 38.1 seconds left. Final score, Woodpeckers 80, Have You Heard 61. And what was a much better game than if you just glance at the final score that you might think. Have You Heard just ran out of gas there at the end, and they didn't seem to have any substitutes to spell them. And boy, they put up one heck of a fight and put some worry into the Woodpeckers. But Woodpeckers end the day 8-0 on the season. One more week left in the regular season. That's it for me and Jim. We appreciate you tuning in to Minotaur Streaming. We appreciate the Showtime Lakers for bringing us down here this week. And we will see you all back here next week.